There are, at this space-time nexus, beings incarnate which have begun fourth density work. However, the third density climate of planetary consciousness is retarding the process. At this particular nexus, the possibility-probability vortices indicate somewhere between 100 and 700 of your years as transition period. This cannot be accurate due to the volatility of your people at this space-time. Has the vibration of the basic of the photon of all of our particles increased in frequency already? This is correct. It is the influence which has begun
Took care of
to
his
cause
stuff for him.
thoughts to become things.
Took his
As an
dinner.
example, you may observe
Those
your
were
thoughts
tasty.
of anger become themselves going into control to become what you call what, assuming that we our vibration, I'm assuming this vibration started increasing between 20 and 30 years ago. Is this correct? The first harbingers of this were approximately 45 of your years ago. The energies vibrating more intensely through 45-year period, preceding the final movement of vibratory matter, shall we say, through the quantum leap, as you would call it. Starting then, 45 years ago, and taking the entire increase in vibration that we will experience in this density change, approximately what percentage of the way through the increase of vibration are we right now? I am Ra. The vibratory nature of your environment is true color green. This is, at this time, heavily overwoven with the orange ray of planetary consciousness. However, the nature of quanta is such that the movement over the boundary is that of discrete placement of vibratory level. Thank you. A very important concept. Does the fact that the basic vibration that we experience now is green, true color, or fourth density account for the fact that there are many mental effects upon material objects that are now observable for the first time in a mass way, like the bending of metal by mind? This shall be the final query total of this working. This is not only correct, but we suggest that you take this concept further and understand the great number of entities of the so-called mental diseases being due to the effect of this green ray true color upon the mental configurations of those unready mentally to face the self for the first time. Are there any brief queries before we close? Just two. With respect to what you said, would then people incarnating here by
Night love.
vibration
It's a night love.
service to self-path be ones who would have extreme difficulty mentally with green ray vibration? This is incorrect. It is rather the numbers who have distracted themselves and failed to prepare for this transition, yet who are somewhat susceptible to its influence, who may be affected. Then the big difference in harvestability between third and fourth density is that the end of the third density, the individual is harvested as a function of individual violet ray. But in fourth density, it is the equivalent of violet ray then for the entire social memory complex that must be of a harvestable nature to go to fifth density. I am Ra. This is correct, although in fifth density entities may choose to learn as a social memory complex or as mind, body, spirit complexes and may graduate to sixth density under these conditions. For the wisdom density is an extremely free density where the lessons of compassion leading to wisdom necessarily have to do with the other selves. In fourth density, the questioner asks, on this planet, after we're totally transitioned and the harvest is complete, fourth density beings will be incarnate on the surface of this planet as we know it now? This particular surface, is that correct? I am Ra. The possibility vortices indicate this to be most likely. Then will there be at that time any fifth density or sixth density beings on the surface of this planet? Not a fairly long measure of your time, as fourth density beings need to spend their learned teaching space-time with their own densities entities. Then basically what you're saying is that the teachings of fifth or sixth density beings would not be too well understood by the fourth density. Near fourth density. I'm wrong. Do you wish to query us upon this point? I guess I didn't state that correctly. Is it true that the fourth density. New fourth density beings then need to evolve in their thinking to reach a point where fifth density lessons would be of value. We grasp the thrust of your query, although it is true that as fourth density beings progress, they have more and more need for other density teachings. It is also true that just as we speak to you due to the calling, so the information called is always available. It is simply that fifth density beings will not live upon the surface of the planetary sphere until the planet reaches fifth density vibratory level. We choose the values of you were given the values of better than 50% service to others for fourth density positive, and better than
You see it moving inside of it?
For fourth density negative,
Fuck
social
you.
memory complexes. These two values correspond to the same rate, shall I say, of vibration. I am Ra. I perceive you have difficulty in expressing your query. We shall respond in an attempt to clarify.
Get two of them now. Look at it, move inside.
Vibratory rates are
Look
not
at it.
understood as the same
See that, Eve?
positive and negative orientation.
Look at the light that's inside.
They are to be understood as having the power to accept and work with intelligent infinity
Right there.
to a certain degree or intensity, due to the fact that the primary color, shall we say, or energy blue, is missing from the negatively oriented system of power. The green-blue vibratory energies are not seen in the vibratory schedules or patterns of negative fourth and fifth rates of vibration. The positive, upon the other hand, shall we say, has the full spectrum of true color, time-space vibratory patterns, and thus contains a variant vibratory pattern or schedule. Each is capable of doing fourth density work. This is the criterion.
Jesus Christ.
Did you say that blue was
Come on.
missing from fourth density negative? Let us clarify further.
I'm gonna fight hard.
Previously stated,
You gotta figure, fucker.
have the potential for
Think
all
I'm just gonna
possible
give up?
vibratory rates.
Fuck
Thus,
you.
The potential for green and blue energy center activation is,
Come on.
of course, precisely where it must be in creation of love. However, the negatively polarized entity will have achieved harvest due to extremely inefficient use of red, yellow, orange, moving directly to the gateway indigo, bringing through his intelligent energy channel in streamings of intelligent infinity. As we begin Book 3 of the Law of One, there are a couple of questions, one of a fairly non-transient importance and one which I consider to be a bit transient that I feel obligated to ask because of communication with others. The first is clearing up final points.
We're not done. I'll guarantee you that, buddy.
And I was wondering if
I'll
there
be
is
back.
a supervision over the harvest.
Come on.
And if so, why this supervision is necessary and how it works since entities' harvestability is the violet ray. Is it necessary for entities to supervise the harvest, or is it automatic? Could you answer this, please? I am Ra. In the time of harvest, there are always harvesters. The fruit is formed as it will be, but there is some supervision necessary to ensure that this bounty is placed as it should be without the bruise or the blemish. There are those of the three levels watching over harvest. The first level is planetary, and that which may be called angelic. This type of guardian includes mind-body-spirit complex totality, or higher self of an entity, and those inner plane entities which have been attracted to this entity through its inner seeking. The second class of those who ward this process are those of the Confederation, who have the honor/duty of standing in the small places at the edge of the steps of light/love, so that those entities being harvested will not, no matter how confused or unable to make contact with their higher self, stumble and fall away for any reason other than the strength of the light. These Confederation entities catch those who stumble and set them aright, so that they may continue into the light. The third
Right,
group
I can't.
over this process is that group you call the Guardians.
You didn't fucking win,
This
Dick.
group
I'll
is
be
from an
back.
octave above our own and serves in this manner as light bringer.
Oh, I hate the fucking stop that you think you fucking won. You didn't.
Fastidious disseminations of discrimination.
I just can't. Hold on.
The vibration of each entity may be ascertained. Thus, the harvest is automatic in that those harvested will respond according to that which is unchangeable during harvest. That is the violet ray emanation.
What was the other thing? Where is it?
Proper harvesting so that
Right here. See if you can handle this, bastard.
by the race selfhood. Questioner. When the planetary axes align, will they realign 20 degrees east of north to conform to the green vibration? We fear that this shall be the last question, as this entity rapidly increases its distortion towards what you call pain of the body complex. There is every indication that this will occur. We cannot speak with the certainties, but are aware that the grosser or less dense materials will be pulled into conformation with denser and lighter energies which give your logos its proceedings through the realms of experience. Maybe answer any brief queries at this time. Thank you. In trying to understand the energies of creative energies, it occurs to me that I really do not understand why unusable heat is generated as our Earth moves from third into fourth density. I know it has to do with disharmony between the vibrations of third and fourth density. But why is this would show up as a physical heating within the Earth is beyond me. Can you enlighten me on that? The concepts are somewhat difficult to penetrate in your language. However, we shall attempt to speak up to the subject. If an entity is not in harmony with its circumstances and feels a burning within, the temperature of the physical vehicle does not yet rise, only the heat of the temper or the tears, as we may describe this disharmony. However, if an entity persists for a long period of your space-time in feeling this emotive heat and disharmony, the entire body complex will begin to resonate to this disharmony, and the disharmony will then show up as the cancer or other degenerative distortions from what you call health. When an entire planetary system of peoples and cultures repeatedly experiences disharmony on a great scale, the Earth under the feet of those entities shall begin to resonate with this disharmony.
Right, Evie, in a minute we're going to see if it dies.